What are you doing in here? Really? Please? You're hungry. I'm gonna show you something delicious. You're gonna like this. Come on, follow me. Yeah, I caught you. I caught you eating those cookies. All right, today we're gonna do something really tasty, very healthy for you. It's gonna be a fajita, a little call on a fajita action with some either London broil or sirloin. If you get London broil, you want that cheaper cut. You know, you want to save a little money in the wallet. Just make sure you pound it out. It's going to be a very tough meat. All right, so if you pound it, if you beat it, you get it tender. Then you can cut it into strips and you can work with it. All right, so right now we're going to do the London broil. We're going to just hit it a little bit. We're going to flatten it out, cut it into strips. All right, stay tuned. We're going to do some knife skills. You're going to learn a lot today, and it's going to be very healthy for you. All right, no more cookies. Put the cookie down. Come on, do it. All right, so as we spoke about before, we took the London broil, we pounded it out really thin, and we just cut it up into little strips like this. We're just going to reserve over to the side. I'm going to set it for later. Next, I want to talk to you about knife skills. Okay, so don't be afraid of the knife. I know this one is very sharp, but there's proper knife holding. All right, you don't want to hold on the handle like this, just like this, because when you push down, you have no knife control. You see that knife slip just like that? Don't do that. So what we learned in chef school is that you want to pinch the top of the blade. You pinch the top with your index finger, you wrap 3, 4, and 5 fingers around the handle, and then the thumb is on the back part. So now you have knife control, okay? When you push down, you're not going to be slipping, all right? So after about 35 seconds of crying and tearing, these onions have been peeled and they're ready to be cut. Remember, now what are we going to do with this hand? Okay, very important. So when we cut, you always want to use the opposite hand as your guide. This is going to be going against the blade, just like this. And I apologize because I'm left-handed. I'm in my right mind, but I'm left-handed. All right, so we're going to cut it down the middle. And for this fajita dish, we're going to slice the onions. We're not going to cube them or chop them. I'll show you further on how to cube or chop them. But remember, I have my middle finger here. It's going to go out just a little bit further than my index and my ring finger. It's going to be just against the blade. This blade is not going to go above my knuckle. All right, so I'm going to be guiding. And this way I can just stare at you and cut. I know exactly where my blade is. And you're going to have nice thin slices. Okay? We're going to reserve these for later. All right, if you're not skilled enough, you can just run it across and guide it. But again, guys, very important. I want that arch. That's very important. If you cut with your hands flat, you're gonna have minus a thumb after this recipe. Okay? Next, we're gonna talk about peppers. I'm gonna cut up the remaining of these onions and I'll get right back to you. Peppers have a different shape. We're gonna do some red peppers. We're gonna slice them. I'm gonna slice them thin, just to give that fajita effect. A lot of people have different takes and variations on how to cut a pepper. Very simply, I used to get yelled at in school on that I was wasting the pepper. I was going down on all the sides. But really, just turn it upside down. Remember how you hold the knife. Go right down the middle to the root. Turn it, open it. You see all the seeds. Just take your 2 fingers, rip them out, and throw them in the garbage. Very simple. Sorry, garbage is right over there. So, next step we're going to do, we're going to clean these peppers. And very simply, we're just going to cut long slices this way. Just like that. Very simple. Okay? I don't even have to look at my fingers because, again, I have the knife guide. All right? It's my opposite hand. Okay? So, we're going to cut these up, throw them in the box for later keeping. You're not going to believe what I do to save time when I'm in a quick jam. Getting food cooked and prepped, but you're gonna like this trick. So remove all the seeds, and then bada bing, bada boom, we're gonna call it a day. These peppers will be done, onions will be done, the steak's done. We're gonna season it at the end. Very important. Okay? We'll be right back. All right, peppers and onions are cooked. Let me show you something. You're not gonna believe this. Ready? Watch this. Oh, yes, I'm using a microwave. I have a little bit of water in these Tupperwares. So So I'm just gonna put it on about 4 minutes. I'm not cooking it all the way through, but what I wanna do is I wanna steam them to get all the juices through. Usually when you boil something, probably not your best option for keeping all the nutrients inside the vegetables and all the foods. Potatoes especially too, and all your spinach, you're gonna lose it in the water. So this method is a little more quick and convenient to get things done quicker, and it's healthier. All right, so we're all about eating good food, but it's about the healthier substitutes. So we want healthier options. Okay, so once that's done, we're gonna incorporate all this. I have my sliced steak. It's raw. Oh my God, Jew, it's raw. Like my one of my idols is Gordon Ramsay. I like watching him. He like to curse out all the people. And it's another thing I like to do is impressions. So if you hear me talking in a different voice, it's gonna be Arnold or Rocky or cartoon or SpongeBob. You name it. I'm just gonna make things interesting for you. So enjoy the next steps. We're gonna start cooking. All right. I'm gonna season it right. You can use your olive oils, you can use any type of grapeseed oil if you like. Coconut oil, go for it, go nuts. If you're on keto, you want to have coconut oil or do something simple like that, let me know how it works out. But for me, I'm Italiano, so we're going to do a little bit of olive oil, light olive oil for the stirring and the sauteing, okay? All right, here we are in the final stages, the piece de resistance. Okay, we got our meat. We're gonna cook that first and we're gonna set it aside. The reason why we're doing the meat first is because we want to have the flavor in the pan when we throw the peppers and the onions on top of that. All right. So again, this meat it's raw, it's seasoned. Oh, you wicked, wicked man. Oh, you're so mean. Okay. One way to figure out if the oil is hot enough, you just take a wooden spoon, and I want you to just leave it in the bottom of the pan. When you see those little bubbles, I know that you probably can't. When you see the little bubbles going up, that means that your oil is ready to go. All right. So we got thin little strips, right? Just lay them out in there. You hear it? All right. Okay. We cut up Wilbur really well, nice and thin. Yeah. Oh, I do a lot of animal impressions. Everything. Get invited to kids' parties. You name it. Kids love it. When you send grandma my way, I don't know, it just gets weird. So, if you need any kids parties, we're gonna throw in, we're gonna do some impressions here. We're gonna throw in all the meat. And don't overcrowd the pan. I know a lot of people like to use a skillet, which is much better. You get more flavor. If you have one, use it. All right, so we're gonna cook our meat first. Oh, one got away. Sorry, Wilbur. All right, back in the pan. We're gonna cook all these in portions, okay? Then we're gonna lay them out into this bowl, set it aside. Again, because we want that flavor to stay in the pan. Kavish? All right, so I'm gonna cook these. You guys relax, you enjoy. I'll be right back. I'll be right back and throw in the peppers and the onions, which have steamed. They're almost par cooked in the microwave, about 4 minutes, just so they get a little tender. We don't wanna cook them or overcook them all the way, all right? Very important. Thank you. All right, so we got the steaks are done. We're gonna set them aside. We got that nice brown coloring in the pan, right? In go the peppers. You hear that sizzle? Woo! Whee! I got a little more peppers in here. I'm gonna throw the onions in a little bit later, just a touch later, because I cut them just on the thinner side. And so we want everything to cook the same, so it's very important. So all that flavor from the meat that we just cooked off, you want to keep that in the pan. That's very important. Okay. For those of you that are fat conscious, that didn't want to use a lot of oil, all right, we're just going to go for a little bit extra pan right over here. I know you remember that the portion size of a fat serving is your thumb. All right. So we're not going to be adding much fat to this dish. The peppers are pretty much par cooked. So if we're starting to run out of a little bit of oil, of what I'm seeing here, simply just gonna go into my sink right here. 1/4 cup of water. You hear it cool off? And I'm just gonna take my spoon and scrape the bottom of the pan because all that flavor is stuck to the bottom. This is called deglazing. You do that usually with wine. So if you're doing something like a piccata, I know what we're right now we're in Mexico doing fajitas. But if you're doing your chicken, you have your chicken breast is sauteing in the pan, you have all those little bits and pieces that are in the bottom of the pan. You don't want to throw that out. That's all flavor, okay? So now my pan is nice and clean again. We're gonna continue cooking. We're gonna throw in the onions, and then we're gonna marriage everything together. We're gonna have Wilbur over here, or Clover the cow. He's gonna join the farm with the peppers and the onions. We're gonna season it up, and then we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna serve it over a little bit of some dirty rice. No, it's not Zatarain's. It's gonna be a rice pilaf from scratch, and maybe sliced avocado. And if you wanna get a little bit extra body, we're just gonna shred up a little bit of iceberg lettuce, and I guarantee you guys you're gonna love it, right? So sorry, my boobs are in the way. I like to wear tight shirts, so sue me. Everybody says, why don't you go one size up? And I say, because I like shopping at Baby Gap. So sue me. All right? Hope you enjoyed. The last shot is going to be a picture of the entire dish. I'm planning on doing more of these, so if you enjoy watching these little cooking skits, please follow me. All right? This is the Inside Out lifestyle. All right? We're going to make food delicious, and we're going to get you to shed off those extra pounds, lose weight, and look great. All right, thank you. Have a great day, and keep on going.